Molweni babukeli emakhaya kwimira Wise Talk ngolusuku lanamhlanje kanti ke uyazi basithanda ubamba izinto ezininzi ngelinye ixesha sikwezemidlalo ngelinye ixesha siyancokola ngezinto esinazo apha ekuhlaleni kambe sibambe amaqhawe wethu apha ekuhlaleni kule ngingqi yase OR Tambo. Namhlanje sawukuncokola no Dr. Yamkela Langa Jojo sobe sifuna umazi ngcono simazi imvelaphi yakhe simazi noba ke usuka phi kahle kahle somazi ngcono ke ngolusuku lanamhlanje kambe ndithetha nje ulapha cani kwam Dr. Yamkela Langa Jojo masikwamkele kwimedia wise.
Hi Budam, hi.
Kunjani?
I'm good, thank you. Ninjani?
Kuhla khondo. OR Tambo uMzantsi Afrika wonke kodwa ndingalibalanga iprovince yase Eastern Cape bafuna ukwazi namhlanje uba kahle kahle uya uDr. Yamkela Langa Jojo ngubani. Masiqale nje kanjalo doc. Ngubani uDr. Yamkela Langa Jojo?
Okay. Yamkela Langa Jojo. Ngwase Mount Olive. KwaLanga kwilali yaseNgele, Mahadebe, Mthimkhulu Bongane. Ndendele kwaJojo in the same lali. Antike kuThomas oyifumene kufutshane ayondikwentle. Ngoba igawule zizweni. Yes, ndendele kwakwilali A1 eNgele sihlala apha eMthatha ngokophangela but sobabini amakhaya ase Mount Olive. Sinabantwana abathathu, 2 girls neboy A1 encinci. Yes.
Sisezofika deep kwelicala lomtshato sikrobisele kulo doc masiqale pha eMount Olive. Uzalwa kwikhaya linjani doc? Niba ngaphi kubazali?
Kubazali sibayi-4 but I'm the middle kid. Sibayi-4 kukhona brother wam ubezile ose-Queenstown, my sister in Durban Andiswa, myself, and then brother yami encinci uSanele ose-Mount Olive. Yes.
Abazali basekhona bobabini?
Not bobabini. Ukhona umama utata passed away apha ku-2020 December.
Okay, bebenjani ekukhuleni kwakho mhlambi inkxaso nakwicala lokufunda? Ndifune ukuya apha kwicala lokufunda kanye siqale pha ezantsi pha eMount Olive uba ufunde phi?
eMount Olive, oh yeah, kwicala lokufunda but I guess sikhule with the thing yokuthi ukufunda was not an option. Like ukuya esikolweni wawungena option yoba uye okanye ungayi. It was just a daily thing. Otherwise ndifunde kwisikolo sase Mount Olive, Mount Olive Hospital School. Sasokhwetha kwesibhedlela back in the days. So siphaya entabeni wethu phaya eMount Olive emva kweNolitha ngoku. So I did grade 1 to grade 4 phaya ndaphuma ndabheka eHarding Primary School eHarding. I did grade 5 to grade 7 and then I went to Silver Heights Secondary School where I did up to matric.
Ngokuya uye eHarding nefamily pha kwela cala?
No, but I think my parents found a school ababesithandile phaya. So we stayed with a family friend. I stayed with a family friend who opened a boarding house. So yes, nanhlala kulo boarding house up until grade 7 as yes.
Ukukhula kude nabazali doc kule age wawumke ukuyo eMount Olive.
Ewe ne?
Kunjani?
Oh my gosh, ndandimncinci. I was 10.
10?
Yes.
Okay.
Not 10. But ndizawuthina kanene. I think leaving home, going there, ndafikela kwabanye abazali. Could put it in that way. Family yamakhaladi bakwa Thomas, Auntie Veronica Thomas. It was very homely, but I went home every second weekend.
Okay.
Second weekend with them, my parents used to fetch me. So I think maybe the log gap and the feelishanga is such ngaphandle ukuthi it was a new environment kuthethwa isilungu ningasazi Afrikaans because the family spoke Afrikaans a lot and ngazana I pick up. I don't know when ngazazi Afrikaans. I actually don't know.
Kule ndawo yesilungu eMount Olive kaloku uthetha isiXhosa kwathini kunjani xa uzofika kwezinsuku zokuqala ufika kule family? Funeka ukhumshile ngoku.
Oh my God.
Usuke ufunda eMount Olive.
Yeah, no, it was bad, but I remember good day when I was abazali bakhapha xa esikolweni ushiya. So my mom's a teacher, so now unyanzeleka uvuda isikolo on the other side. I'm not the only child who was going back to school. So I went, I think that xa ndifika phaya on day 1 kwakhala ibell. I didn't know ibell ikhala ngani hlobo.
Uqhele le wena le singathi
So
ngeyasecaweni.
I was like, okay, what is that? Kwabe kukho umntana wayebekwa ngumakhulu wakhe phaa bethethe English nomakhulu. I'm so lost. The class in kwangena ibhulukazi elide. It was a huge change. But I guess ke ingqondo yomntana basi sponge because within a few months I could pick up. So, almost from playing to everything was English. UsiXhosa singavumelekanga esikolweni. So a person had to pick up very quickly.
Okay,
Yes,
kungophi unyaka?
Year 2000.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Waphume primary, high school yakho ingene kwapha kwela cala.
High school, I actually did grade 8 and 9. I went with primary. My parents were not very happy with the school, so I went to a Silver Heights, Peter Maritzburg. So it's all KZN.
Okay. Uyakhona ukukhuluma?
Hayi manga sikhohle siyangiqhawukela. But I thought ndisimambile, but I guess kuba ndachintsha language futhi, then went to Pretoria, that one is and a change of language. But again, at home, that one and you can speak languages zakho ngaphandle, but when you come home ungasilibali isiXhosa.
isiXhosa. Okay, mbukele ekhaya sazi ngcono uDr Yamkela Langa Jojo ngolusuku namhlanje. Singapha ngokwe KZN, uthetha ngobomi bakhe eKZN. Iprimary yakho ifundele pha, ne high school wayifundela pha, siqhuba ngoku nelacala le high school. Doc, apha high school ufike wenze eziphi izifundo? Uba uyukhethe khona icala le commerce kwathini?
I chose icala le physics. So at that time it was physics, biology, accounting, and maths.
Maths,
Yes, of course, maths. So it's those 4 subjects in the English. And I mean, someone should have advised me when to choose a Zulu, but I chose Afrikaans because I'm Afrikaans.
And uyifundile kule family ufikele kuyo.
So I did Afrikaans in primary. I thought going up with it was going to help. But because there was an option as Zulu and Afrikaans, but it was physics, maths, biology,
accounting.
Accounting.
Why you choose as a subject?
I think I always knew I wanted to do something in health. In fact, I wanted to be a dentist. Nankendaya with dentist when I was about 10, yes, at the age of 10 or so. And I think I just liked what she did. It was 1, 2, 1, 2. Then Zinyolam was out, so I thought
pain.
So I was like, what did she do? So it was interesting. Went back for a while, then I went back for other things. Found it quite interesting.
Waphume high school emva kweminyaka emithathu mhlawumbi.
Yes.
Wenze izifundo wayaphi doc?
Oh, yeah, but there's always that struggle applications. So I applied kulanyaka and thathathwa ndawo. I just felt like doors were just closed. So andathathwa ndawo set back because my first option kakade was the dentistry. So I went back ndayo upgrade star schools at Durban UKZN. So they upgrade metric paya. So it was a half a year program. So after that I went and worked for the next 6 months, and then thathathwa ke ngoku the following year.
Ngokuyo upgrade iseziphi subject wawungasenzanga kakuhle?
It was physics and I didn't upgrade my mathematics. I was happy with it. I upgraded the physics and bio.
Okay.
Biology, yes.
Okay. Wahlala ungafundi?
Yes, so sabhala, I think exam yethu was in May because kwakusuka the old curriculum kuzongena a new curriculum. So
I think OBC. Bekuzongena OBC.
Something like that,
Yeah.
but kind of curriculum because I did my matric in 2007. 08 kwakuzoqalwa something new, so we had to be the group as Puma. The upgraded. So yaphela ngo-May. So from June to December, I had to find something to do. So I went and worked for an insurance company. I said to them.
Okay. Kwafika ixesha loba ngokufuneka uyofunda ufundele lento ufuna uba yiyo tertiary. Khawusicacisele doc.
Yeah, but I think shame for any matric person, also matric, they just need to because university is zimbalwa, it's a struggle apply. Well, for me it was a struggle. I applied that year, results obviously zitshintshile, things are looking even more better. The applyisha kwathuleka, so kwathuleka the whole time. That and that, dabe ndithathwe e-UK's University of Zululand
Okay.
for animal science.
Okay.
I done the card, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do. Though Geshem, I think my big brother was always like, don't take in, don't iPhone, or regret. But I went to the register corner. A few days later, silinde uba sizoqala classes in Feb. Ndafumana phone call yaseMedunza. So it was like, okay, phone call from Medunza. Ndiyoyika ke ngofowunela ekhaya ndithi uba ndithathiwe eMedunza. Because sebebhatele mos registration on this side. My sister was in university naye. So I called my big brother, hey dude, ndithathiwe apha, what do I do? What are you going? So that's where I went ndayoregister eMedunza, which is now Sifako Magat.
Okay.
Health science.
Ufike ukwenza eziphi izifundo pha okanye uchoose iphi
Because then you're going to say Bachelor of Dental Surgery. So
Okay.
I guess it's zero because koni Bachelor of Dental Surgery, koni dental therapy, koni oral hygiene, dental assisting. So I think they always get confused about again, and you're going to Bachelor of Dental Sciences or surgery. Depends on which university care.
athatha iminyaka emingaphi?
It's a 5-year course.
5-year course.
Yes.
Okay. Wenza la 5 wena?
No, there was a flunk for 4th year.
Okay.
Yes. So unfortunately, you don't drag. If you repeat a year, you repeat a year. So 4th year had to be repeated.
Zintoni eziziye zakuphazamisa doc uba urepeat lo nyaka wesine?
Kwauzi clinicals, but yo, kwauzi clinicals. So what happens? There's a clinical component, and then there's a theory.
Theory.
So even if you pass your theory, if you clinical pasanga there, then there's a problem. So again, there are different subjects. And then my biggest challenge was wanting to be a prosthodontist, prosthodontics. So yeah, it was a challenge. So I'm to flank the prosthodontics for 4th year and had to repeat the whole clinicals. Yes. So we had to repeat the whole year.
Kunjani uphinda into ubuse uyenzile doc okanye unalantu apha engqondweni yabona ngoko nakanjani zoyenza lento ofuna ndiyenzile?
I think when it came, it was not much of a shock. The year was tough. I think years usayobhala and all that, but year mark maybe not standing so well. But Geshem, from the support from the family also, I think it was it sad as it was. I did feel sad, I don't want to lie. I mean, you looking back, I could have been doing my final year. And I think the year before that, with the strikes and all that, nyaka was shift was exam in January. So it was quite tough. Nyaka waqalwa ke ngokakuhle. I think it was Feb or March kuzoqalwa the following year. Abazo pasa to final year sasala thina. So yeah, it was a struggle because you go back and you do all the clinicals, even if you're Yenzanga, you do all the clinicals, you have to pass them again. And you are standing at a risk you exclude. Yes, so you're not allowed to repeat twice. So yeah, you push yourself ke ngoku.
Awusadlali ngoku. Nechomi sozibekela pha ngoku.
Chomi still pha ke ngoku. But Geshem, I guess also your friends count mosbana. You've got good friends, they push you towards studying. You've got bad friends, you can easily fail. So my friends, some of them say repeat kunye, and yeah, kuthazana kakhulu. Yes.
Okay. Doc, wadlula wade wayifumana lento kulonyaka wapasa wadlula kunyaka olandelayo. Apho siyakhona kufikela xesha lokuba ngoku uyoba igraduate. Kunjani doc?
Oh my God.
Emveni kokuba ubuke wanqubeka warhoqa.
It is so exciting, but I think there's always that mystery that even if we go final year, at the end of the tunnel, just not sure because most clinical is very would depend on the examiner. Are they happy with the way you do your clinic, even if you think you did the right thing? So when time came, because most there's external examiners, and all that. But when the list came out, we're taking oath, because iqala phaa kwi-oath, oath taking, were you going to swear about I'm going to be a good doctor? Da, 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 da. Yeah, no, it was great.
Wow.
It
Wow.
was huge. Even though intsuku zazimfutshane ke between usuku le-oath taking nale mini. Asengixelela ifamily uba guys izani, if nifailile nizondithuthuzela, if nipasile then be it.
Okay.
So they came down.
Izintoni ezikhumbulayo ngemeduni sakho ngeli xesha uphaya othi ezi soze ndizilibali nakanjani, mhlawumbi kwakumnandi, ezinye kwakunzima, uqonda uba hey ndiphumelele ngoku, kodwa hey ngonyaka othile into eyenzeka kum ndiphaya soze ndiyilibala?
Oh, but I think the best part was just, I think it grew ndakhula at tertiary. You learn to be independent, you know, away from parents. And ngoku, when you wake up for class, omnye mhlawumbi washing yakhe phaya, abanye badlala ibhola, you have to go to class. So landithi, it's a decision you make about are you going to study or not. But yeah, it grows you. You form friendships, I guess, as the last day, because we still Savannah with the friends we made there. And yeah, the most difficult was third year. Third year was, I think I went to cut my hair Langa because there was no time for me to do inwele. You have to be in a hospital and like all the time. So you have to find the patients. Most of the time, the procedures that we did are not about, well, people would come in and sit in this old coop. So you have to try and convince the patient, but no, you don't need to take it out. This all saver like that. Omnye kana transport, namali transport yakuza. So umqalile case yakhona, so you have to continue with it. It was a bit of a struggle.
Okay.
We are still kupile lozinyo. Yeah, a bit of a struggle. Nyaka start.
Wagreta doc?
Yes. 2015.
Kunzima kweli xesha langoku xa ugqiba ugreda usokola ustrugglisha ukufumana umsebenzi. Kwaba njani kwelakho ixesha?
Yes, but the grace that came with maybe being qua health, I'm not sure how things are now, but at that time was that by March, ngonyaka wakho final year, you do applications, you choose isibhedlela yophangela kuzo. So since I was ndiphansi kwebhasari Eastern Cape, I had to come back to Eastern Cape.
Eastern Cape,
yes.
Okay.
So I chose imali zomphehle, and when the list came back, yes.
Okay.
So when the list came back, and place imali. So there was no struggle for umsebenzi. It was a case yobana ngo-January, I know ba ndiyophangela pha. It would just be a case yobana maybe you're not happy with the hospital abakubeke kuyo, but akekho umuntu ongazange athi abe uyophangela xa siphume eklasini.
Kunjani emsebenzini doc? Lanto uyifundela uyifumene ngoku?
Oh, yes, funny enough. Okay, nyanga yoqala was interesting. I got to very warm people, and I figure staff nafika kusemalizo. Very warm, very welcoming, you know, you understand wabusa suke esikolweni.
Yancediswa.
Yes, very helpful. But I think somehow I struggled with sukuliyaphela, uvula incwadi, sleep, you wake up. I felt like I couldn't challenge anymore. I guess change kobomi again. But yeah, I think I got to very nice people. The only challenge was that I felt like right. I should be studying, I should be achieving some, because you know, you're waiting for a report, you just get your salary per month and you get your salary month and you pay unyaka. And the fact that I had to work on the 24th of December.
Ngoku sewuqalile ukusebenza abazali basaphelele?
Basaphelele butama abazali. Oh man, they were so supportive. Basaphelele abazali. So luckily, it's all since I've been away from home for a long time, since 2010. Coming back, Pangela, somewhere close to home was really good. Gave me a chance to go to get almost every weekend. Well, not every weekend, mostly month ends. I would go home. So like a 2-hour drive from home, from Kutsolo to home.
Ibingabo ke doc ababane bethumela ngelixesha esikolweni. Ngoku lapha kutsolo emalizo ke month end uyathumela.
Uyathumela.
Kunjani bayakufonela back enkosi kunjani uziva njani ngelo xesha wena?
It felt so good to hear them say thank you, but you know, I guess as you always feel like ngathi awenzanga enough, you know. But I guess my parents were more on zijonge wena because babephangela. I guess it was not a case yobana imali bayidinga dinga. It was a case to do what will make you happy. So I think I went back home. It would be nice to just buy them something instead. So my dad would always say, no, it's okay, you don't have to give us money. If you are born back short or something, yenza leyo.
Okay.
Yes, so kwakha, biya, and all that.
Doc, ungafunda ugqibe ufumane umsebenzi ufuna umsebenzi ufumane ezo nto zombini iba intoni esithathu landelayo? Ndikukhumbuzo kanye
I think I know.
intoni?
Eyalandelayo after that, okay, so ndafunda ndagqiba ndaphangela.
Yes.
And then this guy came along. Mama was like, "Hi, why is the figure go?" You know. The guy came along, but the guy was there. Jojo 2013 December.
Okay.
When I was home for holidays, for December holidays. So we started dating, but Pretoria, Mthatha. Maybe that's why I chose Malizane.
Okay.
So, yes.
Okay.
So maybe that's why I chose to come to Malizane. But he was in Mthatha and Pretoria. Yes, and then data that year, as well at the side, and then the August of that year, 8.
Okay.
Then he asked for my hand in marriage.
Okay. Etok. Nidibana njani no Tate Kai? Okay.
Too late today. No. I wouldn't lie to Satuaneta. Sasusuka, so it was Christmas Day. So Sasusuka, so usually my dad would take us three family members to say hi. So we went to Sasvela. Family. When we came back, gate.
Okay.
And then he came with a friend of mine, and you know, he greeted, and I think that's how we met. He exchanged numbers, and then the rest is history.
Okay. Oh, lechomi yaselalini uplaga ubra. Okay, maslule.
She must get into trouble for that.
Maslule. Kwazo fikelela ba doc ni chate.
Yes.
Nichata kuphi nyaka?
Sichate 2016. 2016 ngo March 5. Yes, sichate 2015 March. So qalisa ukulobola. Well, he asked me to marry him in September, no, August, and then he started ukulobola, I think November. Because you know we're black, so he gave me a ring. And I was like, plan go to the ring. So I used to take the ring off.
Okay.
So I used to hide the ring, but I had to go home. So he came, a lobola, and then go March of the following year, we got married.
Okay. Khona into endifuna ukubuyisela nje kancinci kumva doc. Nidibana wena uhlala eTshwane ePretoria. Yena uhlala apha eMthatha.
Uhlala apha eMthatha.
Kaka usicacisele ukuba mnandi nokuba nzima kwe long distance relationship.
I think maybe that's where we got to know that where I got to know that this guy loved me. The effort to ayifaka so that sidibane, to talk, no dramas involved, ndingatsho. But yeah, I guess it was difficult because you get to miss Umdomtanda. So he was in Mthatha, but we always made a plan.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it was a very busy year for me because you need to be a clinic all the time, assessments, exams, and all that. But holidays, we would make a plan to meet. He would come down. I would come down to Mthatha. Yes.
Okay. Go point to fly akho. Phakathi kwenu nobayithu.
So not always the lady.
Okay. Bukele khaya sisekhoda Mira Wise Talk namhlanje sincokola kunye no Dr. Yamkela Langa Jojo simazi ngcono sazi ngobomi bakhe kusukela ebuntwaneni kuze kuphangeleni kuze kuchateni na kanjani akho nto ungazuyazi ngaye namhlanje nitheni sochata wabuya ePretoria wazohlala eMthatha okanye kwenzeke njani
No, no, no,
ukuze
no, no.
ubuye?
I finished 2014 esikolweni. So I had already had a post
Oh,
emalizo. So
okay.
2015 January I started working emalizo. So I was already this side ke. By the time ngicela uba ngimtshade it was 2015. Bese ndikuyoqala.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
bese ngiphangela lapha emalizo. Then 2016 I went to work eMqanduli.
Oh, okay, eMqanduli. Nabantwana bangaphi?
Sinabantwana abathathu bhuti wami. Ka-2016, ka-2018, ka-2020.
Solibali sinabantwana abathathu abahle. Yeah.
Very cute. Sinabantwana abathathu, 2 girls and 1 boy.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Niyakhonza nobabini.
Yes, bhuti wami siyakhonza rock ministries. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Zezinto sizaziyo ke ngaye uDoc namhlanje. Kwelinye icala njengoba usebenza esibhedlele sibona kukhona elakho icala wazivulela lona. Kanti mase khawusicacisele ngalo.
Yellow corner ne? Okay, so just to give a brief history ngayo, you know, I'm opened Yellow Corner in 2014.
2014.
Or September, yes. So we came in to join in on the baby that is already there. We had to open kwicala lohlukileyo because it had to involve an Wellnesspa, so we needed the silence and all the channels on the other side of 15 Nelson Mandela Drive. So we could not join in Paya Konikawash. It's a bit of in the middle of town. So we had to come this side. So, but we still kept the name because it's the engine behind Lee.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. Kwenziwani yelo khona?
Yellow corner. Okay, if we have to put zizonke, we have a medical doctor. We have who's a Wenza medicals, also occupational health doctor. Then we have a dentist, which is me. And then we have counseling services, it's got Onati. And then we have a spa. Yes.
Okay, okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes, yes.
Sizongena deep kwelicala lakho.
Okay.
Lobu dentist. Nenza ntoni doc? Omnye mhlawumbe ungayaziyo ufuna ungene deep.
Okay, so I guess those are the questions I always get asked. What do you do? But we do everything dentally related, except for implants and certain procedures that we would refer for zona. Otherwise, siyawahlamba, siyawakhupha, siyawagcwalisa, senza braces. What else? Yes.
Okay.
Obviously diagnosing any diseases that have to do nomlomo. Yes.
Okay, uzocacisa ke doc. Izinyo kufuneka lihlanjiwe lizinyo linjani?
Okay, so kukhona ukubola, kukhona ukungcola, you know. So and then there's also a natural color yezinyo that would be brown or kanye yellow, or sometimes you get amazinyo fluorosis, which would be more umuntu wakhona would think angcolile, come in afuna ukuhlamba, of which ayizosuka with the instrument we use for ukuhlamba. So ziyohluka. So we always encourage people to come in and consult, because sometimes umuntu uyakubuza ku WhatsApp akuthumela ifoto, you can't really tell until you touch and see ubona is ukubola noba kungcola or kanye is it anything else that needs more attention.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes, yes.
okay, okay. Xa libolile nenza njani? Niyalikhupha okanye?
Xa libolile bhuti wami, it depends on that one. There's a whole lot of things you can do before ulikhuphe izinyo. So kukhona ukuligcwalisa, which is you remove lana ibolileyo,
Okay.
uligcwalise if alikafikeli kwi-pulp yezinyo. Then there is a root canal therapy, which is you go inside the tooth and you bulale the nerve, and so that izinyo lakhona lizawuhlala lingabi na nerve supply, but you don't take it out. Yabo. In those cases, that's where ukubola kwakhona it's a bit far. Umuntu is complaining of pain, that's a bad and all that. And then there is also before silkupe, there's also sometimes you find basekusele just the root. Yes, there's a procedure called the post and core. So you, instead of taking that root out, you do a post and core. Unfortunately, we don't do it, so we refer. And yeah, so that's all cases before you. So you can go for recrowns, you can go for essentially zininzi izinto that you can do before ulikhuphe. So most of the cases umuntu uzofika funa ukulikhupha. So ukukhupha is not only because of ukubola, sometimes fika selixeka, selidinga ukukhutshwa, which is also caused by periodontal disease.
Ukhona omnye dokho abe nezinyo libe buhlungu kodwa ufumaniseke uba alibolanga.
Ewe ne.
Ewe nenze njani xa sekulapho?
You see, nalapho ke ngoku it depends by is it because maybe because there are cases where you find ba rosed, so linda enamel isukile, so there's communication between the outside and the nerve ngaphakathi, or it could be that liyaxeka, so it depends by libuhlungiswa yintoni, ulimele khangalimale yabo, all those things. So it's always good to come in, do an exam, take x-rays, sibone ba kwenzeka ntoni.
Uthethe nangoku nokuklinwa komlomo. Uklinwa xa ithini umlomo? Kutheni ndifuna ukwazi lapho?
Okay, so we always encourage umuntu bazokwenza cleaning every 6 months. So there are areas where toothbrush doesn't reach. There are certain uhlobo oxoxa ngalo that also counts for something. So you find sometimes umuntu will just brush le ndawo ivelayo and leave those areas unaware. So those are so those ones kuhlale calculus ihlisela igama fumanise izinyo lisala lilide, you know how maculate would have that long tooth that's usually caused by perio. So those are the cases where we say ba so hlamba every 6 months, so we get to assess umlomo, are there any disease, is there anything that needs more attention ngaphandle kokuhlamba only. Yes.
Okay. Akuduru ke ukuhlamba amazinyo nokukhupha izinyo nokuklina umlomo yizani apha qho emva kwe6 months utsho ke uDr Yamkela Langa Jojo lo simazi ngcono ngolusuku lanamhlanje kambe ndiyacinga uba nawe ufundile kwizinto ezininzi nawe bukhona ofuna ubuza ngoku apho ke ekhaya ungathi ubhale ke i-comments apha ngezantsi Mira wise uzokwazi ube kanti ke ubhala lento ufuna uyibuza kudoc naye ukhona kuFacebook Yamkela Langa Jojo ungamfumana ke kwelo cala wazi more ngento orhalela ukwazi ngayo Mira wise sincokola naye nakanjani ngolusuku lanamhlanje doc bayeza abantu bayoyika ukukhuphisa izinyo bayeza abantu apha.
Say that again. I think people just have traumatic experiences, maybe from past experiences, from and all that. But yes, social media has helped us a lot because honestly, it's always yes. So yes, one other thing most was getting people to share and getting better to come in. There's also a young lady who Loto Kwela on Facebook. She was also got a very big following who helped us.
Okay, ukusisi clients.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Mhlambi banifumana njani xa benifuna?
Ku Facebook Yamkela Langa Jojo. It's my personal page, but sine page in Yellow Corner Dental and Wellness. Yes, and then number 8 Hemming Street. Lo Hemming Street akaziwa. I think most of the time, well, say pina Google. Yes. So once you check Google to Yellow Corner Dental and Wellnesspa,
it pops up. Directions.
Yes.
Okay.
Directions up to here.
Okay. And kodwa ngabanikeza mna.
Yes.
They try.
Please try.
Ukusuka ngaseNgcobo zemthatha R61 Queenstown Road. Xa uzofika before ufike ePRD ukhona u4 stop lapha bathi intoni istrato kanene Delville yeah u10 left uhle straight xa ufika ezantsi ayikho enye indlela ozophinda ujike kuyo u10 left uzobe sewuzibona ibhodi zalapha uyabona ndiyakwazi xa use town phakathi uphuma ngePRD xa ufika ku4 stop ungene right ubupha ku N2 usuke East London okanye uphume town xa ufika ngase Savoy uhlange Delville straight ekuzisa apha andikwazi to kudirect abantu.
No, that's perfectly correct. It's perfectly correct. Straight go Delville the last turn.
Yeah,
I always say bangathi uzawungena kulams uphambi kwawo. Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is.
ya ndicinga uba ke nani nivile ndishilo ndathi kubufuna ubuza ungakwazi ubuza apha kwipage yethu nodoc ukhona ozokwazi uba neniphendula mirrorwise kufacebook nakanjani bufuna uva omnye uzothi mna doc ndandilikhuphile izinyo ndashekelwa sisikhondo ngaphakathi ziba khona into ezinjalo.
Yes. Ziba khona into ezinjalo, but unfortunately it's very painful. Sometimes ke ayibiso sikhondo kuphela ne. So we always warn people that if you start feeling pain after like on day 3 okanye after 3 days ukhuphile, it will mean there's an infection phaya. So you are usually given a set of rules to follow after ukhuphile. So most of the time umuntu would walk out because of not feeling any pain, dala ekugqibela ukutya ebenezinyo, they go straight for food, and then maybe sometimes ukutya kungene phaya. Once kungene phaya kuhlale kubola, and they cause the socket ba kubola. So kubola but they infect in a way. So it's pain iqala xa kunjalo. There are very rare cases where you'd find bakushiyeka isikhondo. We usually go then refer it to someone else if it becomes beyond you. Uzama ukukhupha izinyo. It happens ustruggle nalo. So we don't want to say akwenzeki. Sometimes liyophuka ulukhupha, depending babe selinjani nalo okanye limile njani kwangaphansi, because as funny roots zakhona ezinye zigobile and all that. So sometimes you even have to drill ngebhe and uliveze izinyo udrill ithambo elibalehle. So there's always different cases that you meet up with. So we always advise, if you pay 3 days, you're still feeling pain, come back. Yes.
Okay.
Go back, is a born back when if you infection, it's gonna be cleaned out. Will assess whether you need to be on antibiotics or not. And yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise go back.
Xa sizokeka doc, yabona kwicala lokutofa kube khona umuntu ongisisi kube khona indoda uyevela ubona uba indoda ingabaleka nobaleka ubona ba itshintshile kwalapha ebusweni xa ibona isitofu apha kunjani ukhupha izinyo umuntu ongisisi nomuntu okhupha izinyo umuntu ongubhuti mhlawumbe banjani ukuba ngamagwala?
Eneneni, men are very scared. They usually ezona patients ezoyikayo mostly.
Abane kubamba izandla ngokumkhupha izinyo.
Omnye ufike ebile njengokubanda kangaka nje yena ufike esweater. But it's usually men who are scared. Children, it's very difficult one to deal with. But men are usually scared. Women, I think women bayanyamezela. Unfortunately, we cannot skip a stage say so kutofa because it has to go fanele kutofiwe, otherwise singangena engxakini if we didn't. So esasitofu siyancedisa kuba ndindisholo sinceda noba igazi lingabi ninzi in that area.
Okay, before uhambe doc, akho nto inobarhalisela ngayo babukeli mhlawumbi kusukela apha kuJune ukuya kuDisemba enothi baphose xa beze apha mhlawumbi amaxabiso azobehlile ngenyanga ethile kwathini.
Okay, I would like them to bajonge our Facebook page. We have specials. So we do have a June special running njengangoku, especially Spa. So Spa we have June specials. As a Ranayo, there's also a special 20% off for medicals, for especially companies as nabantu abasebenzi who need to do medicals. And then otherwise every holiday, every public holiday, sibane specialist Ranayo for that holiday. Yes.
Okay. Ithini Facebook page?
Yellow Corner Dental and Wellnesspa.
Eyakho?
Yamkela Langa Jojo.
Okay. Babukeli nizivele ke nani I think yonke into ebenifuna uyazi ngaye niyayazi namhlanje. Asithi bye bye kubo doc.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
Bye.